For months now, the world has been dealing with the coronavirus pandemic. And the good news is that many places are doing much better now than they were in March and April. The bad news is they're also doing worse than they were last week.
2 European countries who thought they had the virus under control are now seeing cases rise. In France, cases were up by a daily average of 850 over the last 3 days, a higher number than when the country eased its lockdown.
Today's numbers do show COVID cases going up. Spain's infection rate remains high, with 47 cases in every 100,000. Italy and Germany's numbers remain lower, but also on the rise.
Australia has reported its highest ever single-day rise in cases.
Hong Kong has reported another record daily spike of 145 new coronavirus cases.
Yes, people, after largely defeating the virus, many countries around the world are now facing the possibility of a second wave. It just goes to show you that coronavirus does not want to go away. Sort of like that weird party guest who won't take your hints. Man, it's so late. Whew. Yeah, and I gotta get up real early tomorrow. So I'll give you $100 to get the out of my house. Also, it's pretty wild how places like Hong Kong have so few cases and they call it a second wave, because you could fit all their corona cases on a school bus in America, which, by the way, is Betsy DeVos's back-to-school plan. But I don't know what's more depressing, the idea of a second wave, or the fact that America has handled the first wave so badly that it's going to have to deal with the second wave at the same time. You know, sort of like when you didn't finish your vegetables as a kid, so then your parents saved those vegetables for the next meal and forced you to eat both. I told you, Mom, I'm not coming home if you're going to force me to eat 30 years worth of vegetables. It's not humanly possible. In fact, as much as every country has struggled with COVID-19, America is one of the only developed nations that never got the virus under control to begin with. Over the past week, the US has had 15 times as many new cases per capita as Canada and 12 times as many as Europe. And one reason why it's still out of control here is because of stuff like this.
New this morning, Governor Cuomo is blasting a Chainsmokers concert that happened in the Hamptons because there was no social distancing. Video posted on social media shows massive crowds gathered shoulder to shoulder in front of the stage. No space between people.
A church in Huntington Beach defies officials and holds a service on the beach. Hundreds of people gathered for the meeting last night. The group's website encouraged people to wear a mask and social distance, but as you can see in this video, people were not wearing masks and they were definitely not able to social distance.
Police in New Jersey busted a massive house party with 700 people. It took officers 5 hours to disperse hundreds of people from the packed Airbnb.
It was advertised on Instagram as a mansion party with free booze, food, and a cash prize for a twerking contest.
Guys, I can understand getting corona because you wanted to see your grandmother or something, but getting corona because you wanted to watch a twerking contest? There is no reason to risk your health for that. Unless your grandmother was in the twerking contest. I mean, then I can understand. You gotta support your Nana's dreams. You know what I mean, Nana? You do you, girl. Also, I understand that people need to go to church. But please, people, don't hold church in a tight, massive crowd. Jesus is supposed to die for you, not the other way around. So, obviously, ordinary Americans should be taking this pandemic more seriously. And they could be. But in their defense, it's hard to do that when this is the guy who's setting the tone from the top.
Overnight, the president went on a Twitter spree. Among the things that he shared with his more than 84 million Twitter followers, a doctor saying you don't need to wear masks. She touted hydroxychloroquine. Instead, that video has since been removed and flagged by Twitter as a violation.
Dr. Emanuel here has a large number of baseless claims. She has hailed hydroxychloroquine as the so-called cure for the coronavirus. Yep. The Daily Beast has also identified her as a pediatrician with a history of making, quote, bizarre claims about medical topics and other issues, often claiming very questionable things.
Sex is a spiritual transaction. So when you're doing it by yourself, demons come and join you. When you're doing it in the right way in marriage, God watches over it.
Okay, both of those situations are not ideal. I mean, obviously, I don't want demons joining me in sex, but I also don't want God watching me have sex. Like, what if he's judging me?
Come on, Trevor. I know I didn't give you much, but you can work harder than that.
But yes, despite having the world's top doctors at his disposal, Trump has decided instead to trust a doctor who believes that people get sick because they masturbate and that vaccines are made from alien DNA. And by the way, whatever you do, please don't start running around saying that African doctors are crazy, okay? This doctor, who's from Africa, happens to be crazy. You can't use her to judge all African doctors. The same way you wouldn't want the world to judge America's presidents based on one guy, would you? So look, America has two choices right now. Limit the spread of corona by following the science, or listen to the advice of internet randos like Dr. Demon Sperm.